All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listens to Leads. Welcome to the call. Sorry, we are a minute late, but we're going to have an awesome one. So let me know if you got an open house this weekend. Let me know, is it your listing? Is it a borrowed listing? Would love to know. So go ahead and just type in, let me know where you're coming in from if you like. Who has an open house? July 4th weekend can be a little bit dicey, right? Sometimes on a July 4th weekend or any holiday. When I was an agent, my mentor would always say that the holidays can be awesome because anybody out on an open house at open houses on a holiday weekend is probably pretty serious. So there's that. But regardless, we want to make every open house as good as possible. I want to squeeze every possible opportunity out of marketing the open house, doing the open house, and after the open house. So I want to make sure at every stage before, starting right now, starting yesterday even, we got a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to-do list, a weekly schedule. So that Monday, you know what to do all the way through Friday. I'll be reviewing that today so we can get as many people there as possible. I want neighbors. I want homeowners. I want buyers. I want as many people as possible. I want to engage people beforehand with my marketing, which we're going to go through. I want to engage people there. And in fact, some of you may have seen in our mastermind group, the best one-liner for getting listings at an open house is this right here. So it is having your 100 plus point home marketing plan from listings to leads. And I've talked to people that have used this and done this. After people sign, in fact, this post right here that you have access to in our mastermind group walks you through the whole thing. But somebody essentially, they sign in, right? You greet them, they sign in, whatever your policy is for people coming through. But then after they sign in or you greet them, you just say, my 100 plus point home marketing plan for getting homes sold is on the table over there if you'd like to see it. Because renters aren't going to care. They're going to just walk past it most likely. Homeowners, even if they're not thinking about selling, but especially if they are, they're going to walk over there and they're going to pick it up. They're going to start thumbing through it. And you're going to see them because it's going to be in the same room you are. And you're going to be able to engage them. You can offer to send it to them via text, via email. You can offer to customize it with their home. So along with a few other things that we're going to talk through today, we want to make sure that at the open house, we are prepared, not just to converse with people, not just to have great conversations, but to have things there that are going to allow us to set like a next step. Here, let me provide this kind of value to you. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a few minutes, but let me put this link into the chat. There we go. So you can take a look at that a little bit later. And then I also put the link to our school community. So make sure you get in here. So we got a support center, got YouTube, we got our Facebook mastermind group, the school community, it's absolutely free. So there's no charge to this or anything like that. And it's just a place that we can kind of put things in a little bit of a different order for you to clarify some things like processes. So how to do an open house ad, how to do an email to your database. You can get all that in support in our different videos. But here, check out Open House Marketing and Mastery. And you're going to see there's 4 sections. Get started, pre-open house marketing, at the open house mastery, and then post-open house seller lead generation. And so it always starts with really picking the right property. That is one of the things with an open house that can really make or break. If you have an open house too far away, maybe it's empty, right? Whatever, too high in price, sometimes a super high end luxury listing is, if you're trying to generate business, it could be great if you get it sold, but how many people are really walking through and how many people can really transact that are coming through? So I just want you to be thinking about open houses. Sure, we do them for our listings, but open houses are one of the best ways for getting in front of buyers, getting in front of sellers, being face to face with people. And so I want you to be thinking about doing open houses on the regular, whether it's your listing or you go find another great listing that fits your buyer, your seller profiles, and start nailing it. Because with our training, going after expires and FISBOs is awesome, right? We highly recommend that. Using the marketing plan for seller leads in all those different niches, obviously, marketing listings and open houses. All right, open houses, just one of the absolute best. We got we have a global open house Facebook post. So if you ever want to, you can click on that, get yourself into the mastermind group, and you can create your own mastermind post. So I highly encourage all of you, right? When you got questions, when you run into a roadblock, instead of getting mad and maybe waiting for support the next day or whatever, just whatever, get yourself into the mastermind group. Get yourself into the mastermind group, ask a question, and let me help you get unstuck, right? Between me and whoever else that would chime in, let's help you get to the point where your open houses are a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. I know people that literally good marketing, everything else, but open houses is really what lit the fuse for their business. So make sure we ask questions as we need them. Next up is our open house mastery presentation. We'll come back to that a little bit later, but let me just show you. There's 2 links. If you're in our new system, so if you've signed up in the last few months, you're going to be in our new system. You'll click that second link, and you'll know because you click the first one and it doesn't work for you, then the second one, and vice versa. So you're going to see here, Open House Mastery, the presentation. And this walks you through how a little bit of the but this is mostly focuses on open house mastery and how to hold open the open house. So it walks you through what to bring with you, how to set it up, some of the scripts that you're going to want to use. This is absolutely phenomenal. It's a great lunch and learn. So if you're a trainer, a lender, a broker, a team leader, this is a great training. We got the presentation here for you. You can just walk through it, and you can obviously do this on your own. So again, I'm talking about making sure we pick a good open house. Now, again, albeit we've got listings that we need to service. So sometimes we're forced to do the open house, but when you've got the opportunity to do an open house, like an open weekend, find an open house that is really going to be in that meat of the market, that is really in your buyer seller profile. Don't just take an open house because it's available, where you've got options, how to borrow listings, right? This is what we're going to cover in detail today, right? Open house marketing. So doing the ad to get in the yard sign, letting our database know, Instagram stories, social media posts, inviting the neighbors. So we're going to walk through all of that today so that you get as many people there as possible, but B, so that you just start engaging people in the process. Either you engage them in the lead up during the marketing, or it's going to be in the follow-up. I talk about doing an open house neighborhood exclusive. These can be phenomenal, right? 1 to 3 days before. Now, normally you're not going to be able to borrow a listing to do a neighborhood preview. If you can, great. But when you got a listing, when it's your listing, doing a neighborhood exclusive in the evening where you use the nearby homeowner letter from Listings to Leads, which we'll walk through, as the invite, right? What a phenomenal way. Do a little bit of catering. You invite all the neighbors over, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, right? 6 to 7, right? Whatever you want to do, whatever works for you and the seller. So here's a little idea for circle prospecting. So if we're going to do a neighborhood exclusive, you might as well pull the phone numbers, right? I would door knock or mail the nearby homeowner letter, depends on your preparation. And then I would circle prospect the neighborhood using a service like My Plus Leads, Mojo, Vulcan 7, right? Talking about having the homeowners promote, right? Either way, a neighborhood exclusive or the open house itself, ask the seller to put it on next door on any of the Facebook groups that they're a part of. And I'll show you exactly what you're going to ask them to do for that. So we got a specific post designed for their Facebook page, next door, any of the neighborhood Facebook groups that they may belong to. We're going to talk about inviting our database. Again, it's an open house. Yours were borrowed. Is a great database activator where when you think about real estate agents, we don't do meet and greets. People don't come into our office to talk to us. So what is an opportunity where they can see a house that may be of interest to them, whether they're a homeowner who's thinking about selling at some point, and they just want to see what's going on, but then also you're going to be there. So we really want to make sure. And plus it's just a great touch point so that our database knows, hey, we are active in the market. Right? We're not just waiting around for business. We are actively marketing homes, and they're just going to assume it's your listing. If it's not even your listing and you're borrowing a listing, they're still going to feel, wow, right? Scott's doing really well. He's got an open house this weekend. He must be busy. So when they are starting to think about buying or selling, the fact that you seem and are busy is a good thing. Nobody wants to work with an agent that has no business. So whether we got business or not, an open house can make it look like we do. A little bit more information. We talk about the handouts. So we literally get into this. The listing flyer from Listings to Leads, create a neighborhood guide or summary using AI, always edit things, use the open house sign-in form, have a pin. We do have an online version, which I'll show you. We got paper version and an online version. And they have a printout of all the other listings and open houses in the area. We're not going to give that to people. We're going to hold on to that until later, but it's just something that's nice to have to offer people if needed. We talk about creating balloons or a flag. This is great, especially for the neighbors, but also people driving around. You'll have an A-frame. It'll probably say open house on the yard sign. If you follow our training, I'll be showing you that. I got it right here. We want to make sure we get this up there as quickly as possible. But having some helium balloons or the big open house flag is awesome. Just a little bit of excitement. Let people know this is the right place, right? This is what you're looking for. If you can bring a portable speaker, keep it on low, but it can create, sometimes a house is empty, right? Very quiet. So having just a little bit of music, almost like you're in a store, right? Where you just kind of hear it in the background, but it's not overwhelming. The idea of making sure it smells good, even if that just means opening up the window, letting it air out a little bit. And then food and drinks, right? This might be something that you don't have a budget for in the beginning, but as you get better and as you learn how to use the 100-point marketing plan, some of the guides, other things that we have, and you start seeing, wow, I can actually market an open house and get people to it. I'm picking good listings. All right. I'm set up at the open house to really engage people, and I'm engaging people at a much higher level. I want it to be at the end of 2 hours or whatever it is. I want it to be like, I can't believe that went by so fast. I can't believe it feels like we just got here about a half hour ago. And then you're going to go, oh my God, we had 7 conversations. We got 3 potential sellers. We got a couple of 3 different potential buyers, maybe 1 or 2 people that are looking to buy and sell. So that is what we want to do. And so as we go through this, you're not going to be perfect the first time. What you do today versus what you do a year from now could be drastically different. But there's some actually really good food ideas that you can do very cost effectively. Mixed nuts, a little fruit bowl, cookies. I'm not a big fan of cookies, especially the ones when I see this all the time, right? I'll go to an open house and the agent will have the Safeway cookie and it's still in that plastic container. And it's just sitting there on the table. And I'm like, that looks about as great, whatever. It's cool. It's not the healthiest thing. They're just Safeway cookies. So if you're going to do food, maybe at least bring out a plate, ask the seller, bring your own, like a little platter, put them on a platter, get some water bottles. You may have the small ones, you may have branded ones. Absolutely phenomenal. And water is awesome because it's healthy, cheap. If they drop it, it's not going to be dirty like soda or wine or juice. We talk about directional signs. I find myself sometimes going to an open house in the area just because I sound like that's like the seventh sign I've seen. So signs do help. Signs do. Are you going to do 40? That can be a little bit brutal, but at least try to get 5 to 6 to 7 minimum because again, you're driving out, you're coming back, and you want homeowners. I want homeowners to be thinking, and that's where the balloon and a flag can come into play because they see, man, there's no denying this is an open house. And I've seen sign, right? Oh, let me just stop in and check it out. Wasn't even thinking about it. So some of your best leads can come from that. So again, all of this stuff actually works together. The pre-open prep open house checklist. I always laugh at the one, make sure the toilet seats are down. Again, sometimes, man, you walk into an open house and you just wonder, what is that agent doing? Meet and greet, some icebreakers. So you can see here, this presentation covers a lot and it will make you more confident. It'll make you engage more. You'll convert more of those people coming through the open house, right? If you go through this and get comfortable with it, and we go all the way to the follow-up. So let's get back into, because we don't have all day. Back in our school classroom, we got live and recorded calls. So you can see if you want to get to our YouTube playlist, some stuff in the Facebook group, and then let's get at it. So as you can see here, pre-open house marketing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I like to break this out. I like to break it out. Monday, first thing that you should be doing. If you haven't done it yet, let's get this done as quickly as possible. Go to your association and get one of these, put it on the yard sign. If it's your listing, if you're borrowing a listing and you can get the listing agent to put it up there, that would be awesome, just because it helps for the neighbors to see and you'll get more people coming in. Number two, and especially if it's your listing, of course, here I got pick the right property. So pick the right property. I'm going to scroll down a little bit because I want to get to yard sign. So again, the open house writer and then listing flyers on the yard sign. I've talked to people. Let's get ourselves into listings to leads. Let's go to listings. I talk to people at least once a month and they tell me, man, when they get their yard sign, the way we talk about it, they start generating sellers, they get buyers from it. And when you own this, I know it seems so low tech. Like, really, is this what you're talking about? Like what, $8? And I can keep it for a year until it fades out or maybe it gets beat up or something. But I can keep this 50 cents a month. And when I've got a listing, having that on there, whether it's just listed, for sale, open house, and then pending, I really want to get the pending on there because that speaks to all the neighbors and the homeowners and sometimes even serious buyers that drive by. So the first point is status and then your listing flyer. So let's do this. Let's go back. Let's get into listings to leads. And before we can really market an open house, we need to have the listing in our account. We need to set the open house. And then all of the open house tools are going to be created automatically. So that's all you got to do. If you need help getting your listing in, get with our support, but you can add it manually. You can grab it and you can get it from the MLS, right? So most MLSs are connected to our system, but if not, again, there's a grab option and then there's a adding it yourself. And if you got the photos, it'll take 2 minutes. So how do you set the open house to begin with? So my listing here, 15 Ambient Way, and to the far right, add open house. So again, let me click on it one more time. Right there, add open house. A little pop-up comes up and it says add new open house. Date and time, hit save, and it's going to reset. And then you're going to see this green little dot. And then that lets you know when you click on the green market listing button, you are good to go. Everything is now open house. Now, I referenced the new system a little bit earlier. I said, if you've signed up in the last few months, you are in our new system. It looks 95% the same way as this one does. But one of the differences is your tool order is slightly different. You've got to actually organize a little bit better. Everyone is going to be moving to the new system at some point soon. So as I mentioned, these tools, if you're in the new system, it may be in a little bit of a different order. And if you have a problem, just let me know. But I want to get to listing flyers because again, I want that yard sign activated for as long as possible. Because all those neighbors, the more they walk by that yard sign, when it says got open house on it, and I got a acrylic flyer box from my association. So when you're there, pick up the open house and then pick up a flyer holder and get that on your yard sign. I know it sounds completely anachronistic. I think I pronounced that, but these, look at this QR code, text code, completely branded, all your colors, right? Photos of the property. I want this in the hands of as many of the neighbors as possible. That's like a Facebook ad in print because they can text off of it. They can scan the QR code off of it. It is a great way to generate leads. And then the last thing for the yard sign. Now these take a couple of weeks to order. So if you haven't ordered this before, I would definitely order them. They are great for the open house, but they're also great for every status, right? So all the way from the time the yard sign goes in to the time the yard sign goes out, you want to have, nobody calls your 10-digit number. You want one of these on that yard sign. Now we're going to get to the ads and social media and stories next, but let me show you the sign writer. So right below listing flyers, sign writers. In the new system, it might be under a tab called more, but check this out. I can change the color. These numbers, they stay in my account. So when I sell this listing and I get a new one, I can take this writer and put it on the new one. And I'm telling you, these generate some of the best leads and probably some of the cheapest, high quality leads overall. You're not going to get as many, but the conversion rate on leads off of a yard sign is a lot higher than a lot of other sources. Now check this out. I like the version without the QR code. I'm going to go download. So I've downloaded it. And then I know it's not the easiest. We need to do better. We recommend using dirt cheap signs. So I'm going to put that link into the chat. And it doesn't matter. Just click option 1 because you're going to upload what we just downloaded anyways. So I'm going to click and delete. I'm going to click upload file. And if you got a source locally, go for it. This is just a source for, not everybody has the ability. There we go. Not everybody has the ability to print it locally. So next, full color. Then I just stretch it out. Now I did do one thing a little bit differently in mine. I chatted with them and I said, I'm ordering a writer. And you got the product size. The default is 9x24. And I said, make it full bleed. So all the color goes to the edges. And they said, great, what's your order number? And I gave it to them. They said, super, we'll make that happen. If I would have forgotten that, if I didn't, not the end of the world. Save and checkout. Yes, I approve. And I did 2-sided. I did aluminum and grommets. I don't know, everyone's going to be one of those options. $24.84, add to cart. If you normally keep a couple of listings, 3 listings, order 2 or 3 of them. Again, it's going to take a couple of weeks to get to you, and shipping is $20. So you're into it for about $44. But I'm telling you, it is one of the best high quality lead generators for you. And you're going to be able to keep it for at least a year, but you're going to get a whole year's worth out of it. So back into school, because we're looking at Monday. So our yard sign is good. Next, we're going to do a Facebook ad, and we're going to get a couple of tools to the seller. We're going to let that seller promote this a little bit as well. So Facebook ad, This would be a lead ad. We're going to get name, email, phone number. We're going to get 3 other pieces of information. You can connect your account to your CRM. So whatever CRM you've got, you can connect so the leads go there automatically. You can use our AI text follow-up or email follow-ups. We've got that for you as well. And check this out. You're ready to go. I don't have to do anything. If I want to edit the text, if I want to edit the image, I can. The only thing I recommend, increase that budget if you can. We default to $5 a day, which is just the bare minimum. You really want to be at about $10 a day. So if I'm going to do an ad for essentially, it's going to be like 5 or 6 days, right? Open houses on Sunday. And so I can go start and end. Now, if you don't do the ending, the ad will turn off after the open house, because what will happen is you're like, oh, the open house is 3 to 4. So I think like at 5 or 6, it'll change from open house to active or just listed, whatever. And then the ad will actually turn off automatically. So even if I forgot the ending, it'll just turn off and create ad. And that is it. That is as easy as this is. And again, every lead, we're going to go take a look at an ad here, let that recycle and reset. But again, every lead, name, email, phone number, what's your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? And there you can see I got AI text follow-up. So you can subscribe. That's an add-on, but you can subscribe to that if you want. And let me show you. So once give it a couple of minutes, you can actually click on the view. And now we're going to be opening up Facebook and we're going to look at that ad. Now this is one from before, because it takes about a minute or 2 for that link to become active. And Facebook is a little bit slower. My computer is. So there's the ad. So again, we're on Facebook here. Show ad. There's that little blue show ad button. And you can do this in your account too. And so here we go. People click. Time frame to buy. Do you have a home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? So you're going to see homes in my price range, estimated payments for the home, first time buyer, best areas or neighborhoods, new listings and price drops. This is awesome for you. Right? Name, email, phone number for you, because now not only do you get name, email, and phone number, 80%, 85% will have either a good phone number, a good email, or both. So most of the time you are going to get good names and emails and phone numbers, but you're also going to get what's their time frame to buy? Do they have a home to sell? And what would be most helpful right now? So when I respond and follow up with these Facebook leads, I'm going to make sure I address those responses that they put right when they filled out the ad. Steve Hill, can you explain more about QR code options? Yeah, I'll mention them as we go through this. There's a few different spots that like I said, we had the QR codes. We have the QR codes on the listing flyers automatically created. You can have them on the yard sign automatically generated. So there's nothing you need to do with these QR codes. They're just going to be an option to use in some of the different tools. Does that make sense? Next up on Monday was the tools for the seller. This right here is one of the best. Free leads. The audience, like the number 2 or number 3 audience as far as value to your business are people connected to your client. So this is now, if you're borrowing the listing, you can't leverage this tool. This is pretty much the only tool that you can't leverage as a borrowing agent. But if you are the listing agent, you definitely want to make sure that you get this to your client. One of our clients, Fabrice, he got 16 listings in 2 weeks. He sends these to his sellers, regardless of the status, every single Monday. So every Monday, he sends these to a seller. And obviously, when there's an open house, he's sending the open house one. The reason these are so powerful is they promote you to the seller's sphere of influence. They're interactive. They link to the property website, just like the ad, just like the post, right? So when people click through, whether, again, the ad, your social media posts, these tools for the seller, they land on the single property website. And there's the lead form that comes up. You can add videos, 3D tours, a video about the area. You can see right there, PDF guides. They can download my 100-point home marketing plan. All of this is automatic. So all of this is set up on the back end. All you need to do is get this to the seller. So you're going to see this green button right here. So it's going to say add seller info. Just click it, put in their emails, put in the salutation and click send, and do the same thing for the EFlyer. Look at this, the EFlyer counting down to the open house. It looks phenomenal. We take the first 5 photos and we do a little slideshow. And imagine the seller's friends, their family, their neighbors, right? They click the EFlyer, just like the post. And now we're going to generate more branding. We're going to generate more leads. We're going to get more people to the open house. And some of them are going to know the homeowner, which is phenomenal. And so again, just click that green button, get it to the homeowner. When we email it to the homeowner, you are going to be CC'd. So you're going to get a copy of the email yourself, and you're going to see exactly what they're looking at. Call the seller up. And you're going to say, hey, Steve, this is Scott. Hey, we're doing a lot of great marketing for the open house coming up on Saturday. We just got an ad done. We got some social media stuff going out, right? Really excited for the open house coming up. I sent you 2 emails. One is for you to put on your Facebook page. And then the other one is a EFlyer to share via email to people that you know. Because in this crazy market, we don't want to leave any stones unturned. And you likely know people who know people that would love to see a home in the area. The seller's going to love it. You're going to be contextualizing it as part of the overall marketing that you're doing. So they understand, hey, this is just a little piece of what it is that you are doing to market my home. And the emails look phenomenal. They're going to make you look great. And then they're going to be on the seller's page. And if you can, what I recommend, and this is from other agents as well, is go like the post on the seller's page, leave a quick little comment like, looks great. That's all you need to do. And that way, when other people start commenting, you can like their comments. Some of them are going to be appropriate for you to respond to, and you're going to be able to engage some of the people very naturally, appropriately on the seller's Facebook page from them commenting on the post. So we want to make sure, get those tools. I'm telling you, they are phenomenal. So I'm back in the school classroom. So I want to do this. I like to do this a little bit every day of the week. I've got it actually broken out what you should do on Monday versus Friday. What are the things that you need to do on the early side? So even if you're starting this on Tuesday or Wednesday, I would still start at the Monday and just get done what I can. So pick the right property. Obviously, we talked about the Facebook ad, the tools for the seller. And if you ever need to know what to do, again, just click the link right there. I actually go to a little video where I show you that exact tool. We talked about the yard sign. And lastly, every day of the week, we're going to promote this for free on Instagram stories, Reels, TikTok, right? Whatever you got, whatever short form video accounts that you belong to. See examples. So check this out. Absolutely free. And if you got another service or platform that you use for stories and things like that, incorporate what we got here into that. If you do it by hand, awesome. So here you can see open house, and I'm linking my Instagram story where people can tap and go to my property website. So that's Monday. Tuesday. Oh, I skipped one. Here's Tuesday. I'm promoting the kitchen and a PDF guide. So again, people can tap right on Instagram and download a PDF guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. On Wednesday, this little video clip of the front. Again, I'm going to the property website, but I'm promoting different parts of the home. Right here, again, free ultimate guide to buying a home. And so wanting to use either different images of the property or different little video clips. I don't want a whole video. It can just be just like this, a 5 to 10 second walkthrough of a particular room. And so I share those. Oh, wait, there we go. So right there in the school, right there, see examples. All those I share with you. And then if you don't know how to do an Instagram story with links and polls, I got this here. So this video, I actually walk you through. It's only 7 minutes long. So if you don't know how, check out that video. Super easy. If you know how, open house 5-day campaign. Now, every day we lay it out for you, right? And so you can see here, Monday, front of the home. So we're gonna do an Instagram story. And if you got YouTube and other things as well, but we like Instagram stories because A, we get the link, and B, they sit at the top of the Facebook wall for all your connected accounts or all the accounts connected to you. So people that are responding to ads, your friends, right? Other people in your community, they're going to see that post sitting right at the top of Facebook until they tap on it or until it disappears. And so if we do one a day for 5 days, and we do this for just listed, we do it for active, we do it for pending, we do it for just sold, you're going to be in front of people for the entire week. And it's very low work. It takes 5 minutes to grab a little video clip or an image, pop it up, include the link, just like I show you in the how-to video, you're done. Now, Tuesday, we got everything done for Monday. Now, Tuesday, we're going to do social media posts to all of our socials. We're going to send an EFlyer to our database. So today's a little bit, we're going to hit the database. We're going to call through some of the people in the database. And we're going to do another Instagram story. And we're going to feature the living room. And this is where good photos come in. If you're doing professional photos, awesome. This is where leverage those professional photos. And if you did a video, if you did a property video, ask if you can just get like a 5 to 10 second clips of different rooms. And hopefully they just give you the video. You can use CapCut or Descript and you can just save it, right? Clip 10 seconds and then use that on your social media. So there's a number of ways of doing that if you've got the video. And that's something to get in the mastermind group and ask people. The social media post. Social media post. So this can go to Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google. I recommend doing all of it. It's going to look something like this, although I'm going to change the image. I'm going to go edit image. I just like the sideways one. I like that one. And you can upload a custom image. So if you got a custom image, what's great about this is it's going to link automatically to the property website. So when this is on Facebook, check this out. When this is on Facebook, LinkedIn, right? It looks like this. So open house in Folsom. It's got the link and it goes right to the property website. And you should be doing this at every status, every single status. And I can customize again. I can customize the image, customize the text. I can do all of that stuff, right? And get it up to these different platforms. So we got the social media post, and next up again is our database. So we're gonna get the EFlyer again. This is one of the things for Bree, 16 listings in 2 weeks. In addition to the tools for the seller that are going to the seller every single Monday. Normally we were teaching only do it at the status change. So when there's a open house or it goes pending or it goes sold, but he does it every single Monday, which I think is awesome. But again, the other thing is he's sending 3 EFlyers from listings to leads through his CRM. So he copies it into his CRM and he sends it out as like a VIP exclusive. So a lot of you do these emails and they got like all sorts of listings and tons of things that are in there and they're pretty chaotic. If that works for you, great. But when you send an EFlyer, like the one from listings to leads, and let's go take a look at it. So again, I'm still in market listing and we got the EFlyer for your database. I can send it through Follow Up Boss, Go High Level, Bold, right? Sierra Interactive, whatever, Lofty. Ay, ay, ay. 1 second, let me back up. Sorry about that. I'm hitting some button on my keyboard. But again, here's the EFlyer. So we're just letting people know about the open house coming up. They can actually go to the property website. Way better than your IDX. They click the address. They go to the property website. Again, why is this better than your IDX? If you do video 3D tours or professional photos, you can add those. Area videos. By default, they can download your PDF guides that are branded to you automatically. Again, they get your 100-point home marketing plan. So we want these tools in front of our database, whether they're buyers or sellers. All my client reviews from Zillow, Testimonial Tree, Facebook, Google are in here. I want people on the listing single property website, and it's going to impress the heck out of homeowners who are thinking about selling. Right below this, they can get a home value estimate that'll link to your free home value landing page. When leads put in their address and they get a home value update, the first week of every month, they're going to get one sent to them automatically. So all of these leads that you're generating, the first week of the month, they get another email that includes their newly updated home value estimate. So when you're generating leads from things like this right here, not only are you getting that lead, not only can that lead go to your CRM, get attached to the email follow-up from listings to leads, but they're also going to get the home value update email going forward the first of every month. So it's a little cool thing there that helps engage. And then down here, look at this. In my listings to lead signature, if you got your client review website set up, they're going to get this automatically. And so let's get this to our database. You can either click send now, so you can send it to all the leads in listings to leads. Just select who you want to go to and hit send. If you want to send it through your CRM, you can either copy code or copy the email. It doesn't matter. Takes 5 seconds either way. Just bump, copy it, go to your CRM. This is Go High Level. And you're going to go to where you send out an email to a list and just pop it in. And I'll fix that a little later, make that perfect. But look at this. And I can do the copy code either or as well. So you can either use copy code or just pop it in there. Copy paste. All the links work. Double check it, obviously, but get that to your database, especially for an open house. Because again, it's one of those things that just makes you look good. Oh, wow, Scott's in an open house. He's active. He's in the community. He's busy. His listing or not, he must be successful. Good stuff is happening. And then even better, if they stop by or they see my other marketing, because as always, it's our visibility, it's offering value, it's being available, it's having ways to engage people. And the open house does that, unlike almost anything else in your business. So once we get the email sent to them, again, a Tuesday activity, call a few of them up. You all know your database is one of your biggest assets. If you're newer, you may not have as many people in it. I get it. We're going to build it up as we generate leads, as we do open houses and people come through and we add them into our database. So you're going to get a big database. You may not be there yet. And if you've got a good sized database, you want to make sure, and you probably know, you need to be calling, whether it's like a monthly or quarterly or every 6 months, right? You got some sort of process of calling people in your database. There's going to be a group of people in there that would be great to call just to invite to the open house. And we got a script right here. So I can call anybody up. There's 3 versions. They own a home near it. They own a home, but it's not around the property, or they're a buyer lead. And so, for example, I may call a homeowner up in my database and say, hey, Frank, Scott here at Listings to Leads, XYZ Realty. Just want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 to Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4. Sent an email with the link to the property website with all the photos and details. And I just want to make sure that you got that. And you're probably going to be leaving a voicemail. I would go right from there with how the market, please let me know if, I wouldn't even say that. I would just go right to, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. I know you're not looking to sell, but I would love to do a report for you so you can keep track of what your house is doing. So we're using the open house as a way to offer some value. And you could even say, okay, because if they're in your database, you're going to have their email address. And if they're not already on a update for that, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, you could just say, hey, if you're at, I'm going to send this over to you. Just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to send this to you. Just is scott@listingstoleads.com the best email, or would you prefer I send it to another email address? So we're almost like using the open house as a way to kind of Columbo our way into, oh, you know what? Hey, before I forget, just one more thing. Don't know if you're interested, but I do these reports for some of my clients and VIPs. I'd love to do one for your home. Would scott@listingstoleads be the best email to send that to? Perfect. Because then you're like, oh, wow, he's got an open house, right? He's busy, he's active, right? He's in the community. And maybe we'll stop by, maybe not, but yeah, he's going to send me some update on our home. Great. So Tuesday, we did social media. We got the EFlyer to a database. We called through some of our people. Now, obviously, the EFlyer can go to the 100% of the database. I'm not expecting you to call the entire database, just FYI. All 10 to 15 to 20 people a day, or not a day, but to invite them to the open house. A day wouldn't be bad either. All right. But we should be calling expireds, calling some of the FISBOs, calling those sellers, calling those homeowners who have already tried to sell or are currently trying to sell. So when we think of telephone time, we want to be calling expireds and FISBOs. We want to be calling leads for lead follow-up. But then we also want to be calling a few of the people in our database. That's part of lead follow-up, isn't it? So database call script. And then lastly, like I said, Instagram again. And you can do whatever you want with this, obviously. I just give you I just say living room. So we don't want to be posting the front of the house every day of the week, obviously. But if you got different aspects of the property that you like to feature, but what is this doing? That reel, that little video clip that we posted a couple of days ago, that's already way down the list. The story we did on Monday, while it was great, while it lasted, it's not there anymore. So that's why we kind of do the little top up for the new story promoting the open house. And whether it's just a little video clip or an image, they don't take but 5 minutes to do. Look at that. That's just a little video clip in front of the house. That's just a little walkthrough. And when you're on Instagram, you just tap stickers, link, you drop in the link, you give the link a name like I did here, free ultimate guide to buying a home. Post. Not that hard. And again, what is it doing? It's keeping us at the top of Instagram and the top of Facebook. That's what we want. We don't want to disappear, right? Social media is famous, right? And even when people see it, maybe only 10 to 20% of the people in your audience are going to see it. So if we do 10 to 20%, 5 times is 50 to 100%. So we're going to get a lot more, and hopefully it'll help juice the algorithm, right? Get even more people to discover us. So yeah, we want to make sure that we're doing that every day. Now on Wednesday, we want to invite the neighborhood. So the nearby homeowner letter, we're going to do another Instagram story. We are going to download. Now, if you've got this already, once you've done this once, you've got it available. So this will just serve as a reminder. But I'm going to show you in your account, you want to download, print, and bind this. I want this at the open house. Again, this is the number one line to use at an open house to get listings, which is my 100-point home marketing plan to get home sold is sitting on the table over there if you'd like to take a look at it. So that's the 100-point home marketing plan. And then lastly for this day, PDF guide flyers for sellers and buyers. This right here. Print a couple of these. You'll click PDF guides in your account. I'll show you. And there's a little links and videos right here for information, but these are awesome. Oh my gosh. Clients have been using that for years now, and they're great. People will just stop and look and just start talking to them. They'll scan the QR code that's on the flyer and go to the landing page to download the PDF guide. So these are awesome. But let's go back to the top and let's talk about that nearby homeowner letter. Because part of picking an open house, so nearby homeowner letter. So again, if you're in our new system, it's going to look just a little bit different, but you'll see the thing under nearby homeowner letter. And I'm just going to click download. Now they are editable. So if I'm doing a neighborhood preview and I want to get this out to invite them to the neighborhood preview, I can change and say, we're having neighborhood preview Thursday from 5 to 7. So this is completely editable, but this right here is the best open house invitation. Everything is ready. The QR code is ready. You don't need to do anything. The text code, the domain, we're letting them know when the home is sold, it will affect their home value. Now they can get their home value by texting or scanning. It'll be there as well. But this is awesome. If you can door knock, great. If you can door knock this, great. If you're going to mail it, just make sure you mail it with enough lead time ahead of time. So it's not going to get there after the open house is over with. But yeah, this would be great to door knock and leave it behind if they're not there. You have some phenomenal conversations. I've done this with people. It's phenomenal. Now we do have postcards and door hangers. If you got the time to send a postcard, awesome. A lot of times people don't have the time, postcards and door hangers. But if you got the time and you want to do that to invite people, but inviting the neighbors is so important. And then following it up with circle prospecting. So we want to use, again, a service like My Plus Leads, Mojo, right? Vulcan 7, whatever it is. I know circle prospecting can be brutal, right? You're getting voicemails 9 times out of 10, but it is still absolutely worth it to just call them up and invite them to the open house, because a few people, you might get a hold of them, right? A few people may stop by the open house because they see the yard sign, you got it dialed in. Maybe they saw on the Facebook community group and then they heard your voicemail, right? So all of this stuff, if you actually do it, can work together. So then they go, oh yeah, I saw there's open house on it. We picked up the flyer and now you're calling. So definitely circle prospect. It's worth it. I'm not into wasting time, but the circle prospecting script, get more people there, create more conversations. And that's on Wednesday, right? So again, nearby homeowner letter. For the Instagram reel, kitchen, dining area. Again, I got the examples, all that if you want to see it. Your 100-point home marketing plan. So in your account, just click listings and you're going to see a tab called listing presentation. Right here, listing presentation, and then print. And I can download. So I can download the PDF. And if I've got a binder at your office, bind it up, right? If you order a binder or you go to Staples, you can get a nice cover on it. Here's a thermal bind. The other one was a spiral, but these at your open house are phenomenal. Now check this out. And you can create custom ones. Oh, I wanted the flip book. So when I'm at the open house and I got the print version, see this link? I can send this link via text. I can send this link via email. So if somebody walks over and they pick that up and they start looking through it, I want to offer to send them a copy of it via text or email. Now, if they've already signed in, I may just say, would you like me to send it to the email or the phone number that you used to sign in with? And that way I can kind of confirm that they gave me good information. Or if not, I can just take it down. And then after the open house, when I have a chance, get it over to them. And I could even offer to send them a custom version featuring their home. And so I got that post in the mastermind group. I'm walking through all of that stuff in there. So take a look at that because it'll give you even more great engagement using this tool at the open house. And when you're there, if someone's picking it up, they're holding the physical copy. It's the exact same thing as this. So there's a QR code in the print copy. Have them pull out their phone, right? You pull out your phone, interact with it, scan the QR code, show them how the property website comes up, invite them to do it, engage with them with this, right? Show them your marketing plan, and you're going to have a couple of really good conversations and interactions with people if you use this. So again, click the listing presentation tab, click print, and then you can download and print. Now you can also just put it on a tablet or laptop like this. You could, if you want, up to you. Now let's kind of hurry on because I know it's already 12 o'clock and I apologize. I'm going to try to get through this rest of it in the next 10 minutes. Is that okay with everybody? Yes, this is being recorded and will be available later for sure. Definitely. Next up, PDF guide. This is another phenomenal. In listings to leads, click PDF guides. And we just want to get this ready ahead of time. I don't want to be running around last minute with my head cut off. Amazon or Staples or Office Max, right? These acrylic holders. There's vertical and there's horizontal flyers. So they can go sideways or they can go this, whatever, right? I'm agnostic on that. But check this out. Seller guides, buyer guides. I would pick 1 to 2. How to sell your home in a changing market, 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home, 5 dangers of overpricing your home, right? For any of them, just click the green marketing tools and click print flyers. And all you got to do is print, and the QR code is automatically there. Nothing you need to do. All you need to do is print it, slide it in, and then put it in your open house box. So that way, and it should be in your car. There's no point in keeping this in your office like I am. All right. It should be in your car. So that way, every weekend, I've got the box and it's got the marketing plan in it. It's got the PDF guide stuff in it. It's got whatever it needs that I take with me to all of my open houses. So that print flyer, it's awesome. That was Wednesday. Thursday, use the circle prospecting script that we already reviewed to invite the neighbors. So we got the nearby homeowner letter and then circle prospecting. Absolutely worth it. For Instagram stories, feature the primary bedroom, bathroom, or another feature of the property. Again, there's 5 examples right here that you can take a look at. And the 100-point home marketing plan video for homeowners and sellers. This is phenomenal. All of you have this in your media library. Now, if you got the print version of the 100-point home marketing plan, you've got the sign-in sheet, which we're going to go through next. So the sign-in sheet is available like a form online, but there's also a print version. Some people play this video and it's in your account right now. You can actually download it and put it up on TikTok, YouTube. But some people will bring a laptop and play this video. It's 5 minutes long and it's a phenomenal video. In fact, I got this idea. I know a few people who have done it and just absolutely love doing it because it gives people something. If you can get on the YouTube, if you can like screencast to the TV, right? Get on their network, screencast to the TV and play this, that would be awesome, right? Or play it on a laptop, play it on a tablet and just have it sitting there playing, right? It just, for the people maybe that even do pick up or don't pick up this, right? They walk by and they see this video playing, right? Talking about your marketing plan. So that's what I mean, where open houses can be really powerful because of all of these extra tools that you got with the Listings to Leads platform to not only get people to the open house with all the tools that we just are walking through, but also to engage them while you're there. It's not about just doing an open house. It's about doing an open house that brings us business. And here we are Friday, we're wrapping it up on Friday. You'll do another Instagram story, right? Maybe the backyard. And now we're going to do the sign in. So we got a couple of things here. A seller request visitor sign in on Canva. So check this out. This will take you to the Facebook group. And then from here, I can access this and I can edit it. Right. So once you get your copy of this, what you want to do, go to File, make a copy. And there's no contact information here, but you can change that picture to your listing if you want. But this is great because this allows you can print it and put it on the front door. Maybe put it also near the sign-in sheets area. Your visit is important. The seller has respectfully requested. That can be great. And there's also another version back in the school classroom. There's a second kind of different version. Check this out. So this right here, now you would have to use the QR code for your sign-in sheet, which I'll show you in a minute. And you could replace this one. So some people like this kind of a thing where they put it on a stand and have it at the open house. And you will see more here what the agent was doing. So she had it on a stand like this. And I show you where in listing leads to grab that QR code. So I wouldn't do both of these. I would do one or the other. So that's the seller request. And then the open house sign-in form. So the last thing here is back under listings. I'm going to just click market listing and then the open house sign-in form. And it's completely customizable. So the open house sign-in form is available for every listing under market listing, open house sign-in form, right? There's an online version. There's a paper version. Now in Open House Mastery, I talk about using the paper version, and you got the listing, open house sign-in sheet, listing flyer, neighborhood summary, have it all together on a clipboard with a pen. It looks phenomenal, right? Very professional looking. If you want to use a tablet or a laptop to have people sign in, hey, go for it. They'll tap. If it's a tablet, they just tap with their finger. These questions are completely customizable. I can even customize them at the account level so that every listing gets its own form, gets the same form that's customized. I didn't do that, but I wanted to show you. They will get, everyone that signs in is going to get 6 things to check before buying a home guide, where they can just, it's going to be checked by default. And that way in the email, they're going to get the autoresponder will include the picture of the home with a link to the property website. And then it will include an image and a link to that guide. So that'll be the autoresponder people get by default from here. And here's the paper version. So any edits I make will hit to the paper version. And then there's the QR code. I can download it and that will scan. Because again, remember that flyer we just saw? Some people like to use that and they just do it on their phone, right? They just scan it and they're not even allowed in until they sign in. I know everyone's a little bit different. I don't argue. As long as you've got a strategy and as long as you've got a thought process around what you're doing, I don't care if you sign in, force them to sign in, don't let them sign in or don't let them come in until they sign in, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, but as long as you've got a thought process, as long as you've thought it through, because then you can look at what you're doing, the results you're getting from it, and then you can adjust as needed. But if you're just winging it every single time, if you don't have a plan, and that's why I like to break it out for 5 days, because if I just give you this list of things to do, that's a little bit overwhelming. And so I want to break it out for you so that every day there's a few things I'm doing and I'll know by the end of the week, right? Along with the other things that we're going to have to do, yard sign, not the yard sign, but like the flag in the front, bringing in, if I want to bring in water, any kind of food, if I'm going to do any sort of catering or not, having that portable speaker available, having that charged up in my open house box, if I'm going to do that. All right. But it's about make sure that we're prepared and have a plan, because then we can adjust and say, hey, how are things going? How many people, what do I need to do to get more people? What was I doing before? I had a client in the mastermind group probably like 3 weeks ago. She's, we had an open house opportunity. We didn't get a chance to market it like we normally do. And it was a complete bust. She was like, it was just awful. And she was like, it made me appreciate marketing with listings to leads and doing all of these things, because when we do that, we get more leads, more people, and more engagement. So any questions before I let you all go? I appreciate your time. I appreciate hanging out with me for an hour. So let me know if we got any quick questions before we leave. Let me show you the mastermind group. So if you go to resources, whether you're in the new or legacy, under resources right there, Facebook mastermind group, or all of our YouTube videos, but you can click group and it'll take you right to the group. If you're not a member yet, you want to make sure that you join and get in there, because that's where we have a lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff is in there. Everybody have a wonderful week. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit with me. Any questions, let us know. But hey, get ready to have the best open house ever. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.